So guys, you're welcome. Good morning. Laoye Curtis here. I'm your host to this edition of our podcast, where we'll be having a webinar with our wonderful authority in branding. That is Adedamola. Adedamola is my close friend, and she has carved a niche for herself in the branding space. She would help you with branding your business to capture the attention of your target audience and build a reputation that is unassailable. So please welcome with me Adedamola as she takes us through this session this morning. Thank you very much. Adedamola, please come on board and let's learn from the wealth of wisdom you have been blessed with. You're welcome, ma'am. I hand over the mic to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, boss. At a point when you were doing your introduction, I was like, who is my boss introducing? I mean, there's somebody else that is introducing it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be here. It's a privilege to be in this gathering to share from the little that I know about branding. My name is Adedamola, and I am a fashion brand strategist. I help fashion entrepreneurs build brands, strong, solid, and loved brands for their fashion businesses. I build brands that help you to reach and attract and connect to the right audience that you want for your business. I help you build brands that your audience will trust and love. And not just trust and love your brand, but then they would be loyal to your brand. I help you position your fashion brand for more impact and profits with a God-inspired brand strategy. So that is who I am, and that's what I'm doing. That's what I do, and I've been doing this for a while. I don't want to waste too much time. I like to dive straight into the class. I don't take too much of your time. So let's go straight into the class. Introductions or any other thing will come on later. Today we'll be talking about branding your fashion business to attract 7 figures. Branding your fashion business to attract. Before we dive into the class, I'll get a question. What is branding? What is branding? What is branding? What does branding mean to you? That's the answer. Let's type it in. What is branding and what does branding?
It's a bad approach to be asking people to do what branding. Okay.
Please, can we type our answers? What is branding and what does branding mean to you? Let's do that quickly. What does branding mean to you? I'm waiting for answers. What is branding and what does branding mean to you? In a very few, just simple sentence, 1 or 2 sentences. What does branding mean to you? Okay, Binta Bello says making products more attractable and desirable. Thank you. Uzochi says branding is influencing the perception of people about your brand to what you want. Perfect. One more. How a business is seen, known, and perceived. Wow. Branding is the face of your business, Nancy. Thank you. Thank you. Favor says branding is packaging products to influence their perception and decision. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. 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 Is packaging branding or is packaging the same as branding? That's another question. Is packaging, when you talk about packaging, somebody is saying branding is packaging your business. So my question is branding the same as packaging? Is packaging the same as branding? Yes. No. Thank you. Billionaire Fashion Boss says no. Ruth says no. Naya Frank says no. Thank you. Yes, they are different. They are different. All right. Thank you so much. Let's move on. Let's move on. Branding is not packaging, but packaging is a part of branding. So what then is branding? I'd like us to start with what is branding. Let me quickly define what branding is. Branding is what people think or what people feel about your brand or about your business, their perception, the relationship with your customers, audience, the people around your brand, your business, and your business. Branding is the process of influencing people, persuading people to think about your brand in a certain direction, in a certain way. Branding and marketing are two sides of the coin. You can't do one and then leave the other. They're like twins, two sides of the coin. They depend on each other. Marketing is what you say to your customer. I am this, or we are this. We do. We can provide this. We can do this, or we can do that for you. While branding is what they say to themselves. It is what they say to themselves when you're not in the room. For example, let's take an example. Let's take an example. Dating. A guy wants to date a lady. He goes to meet the lady and starts saying all sorts of things. I like you. I want you to be my girlfriend. I can provide for your needs. I can take care of you. I'm going to take you to this. I'm a millionaire. I have this. I have that. I have those. I'll make you the queen of my life or the queen of my heart. I will provide you this. I will take care of you. What is your needs? What do you need? I can do it and do much more than I can do. Now, branding is what will decide. Branding is what will determine if the lady goes ahead with the relationship or not. Branding is the perception she has about the guy when he's talking to her, when he's speaking. The perception the things she's feeling at that moment, or the things that she's thinking is what will determine if she says yes to him or not. So you now brand your business, your fashion business, to attract seven figures. How do you brand this fashion business, this thing that you're doing, this ready-to-wear business that you're running? How do you brand it so that you can attract customers or clients that will bring in seven figures for you? How do you get high-value customers to come into your business? Before we go into how you want to brand, how to brand your business, let's talk about the mistakes that you're making already with your brand. Let's talk about the mistakes you're making with your brand. Decide our brand name. Once the brand name is decided, then they start going into making logo. They contact a graphic designer. Please create a logo for me. Okay, what is the colors going to be? Okay, I think my favorite color is going to be, my favorite color is pink. Okay, let's use pink. Oh, I think my favorite color is blue. Okay, let's use blue. Okay, what would my brand name be? Since my name is Adedamola, let me just use Adex or Dami Couture or this. And that's the mistake. That is where we are missing it. That is that's like putting the cart before the horse. You're putting the cart before the horse. Okay, let's picture this. Just imagine this. Imagine this scenario. The cart is meant to be behind the horse, and then the horse is pulling it. But instead, when you start with branding, or when you start with logo, when you start with your brand name, when you start with deciding your colors, the fonts, and everything that you want to use, you're putting the cart before the horse. And once that is happening, it's so obvious that the horse will not push it in the right direction because the horse can't even see the direction where it is meant to go. Now, if the direction some of the things say and they do that I see, which is they copy and they compare their brands with other brands. Okay, so brand is okay, Adex Couture is a top brand in fashion. It is because you've put the cart before the horse. You're doing the things that you're supposed to do last. You're doing it first. Your logo, your colors, the fonts that you're using is just part of branding, but it is not branding itself. Branding is the intangible things, the things you feel, the things you think, not the things that you see. Although the things you see helps the things that you think and you feel. But then you have to start with the things that you're thinking and you're feeling. You have to start with asking yourself, what do you want people to think about your business? What do you want them to feel about your business before you start diving into what they would see? You know, people don't even know what your business stands for. Today you're doing Ankara, tomorrow you're doing Adire, tomorrow you're doing chiffon, another day you're doing that, every day you're just doing so many things. People need to know what you stand for, what you are known for. It's easier for them to identify, to recognize your brand that way. So before branding is strategy. It is a strategy that drives the branding. Branding is strategic by nature, which means that it is a strategy that defines your branding. Take that strategy out and then you have no branding. So for your business to attract 7-figure, it has to be on point. Your branding has to be on point. And for it to be on point, it has to be consistent. Your branding has to be consistent. And for it to be consistent, you need a strategy. You need carts behind the horse so that they walk several times and confused, frustrated in your fashion business. For example, the example Mr. Laoye gave us, the horse. There are certain things that needs to be put in place. You cannot take somebody else's brand and then make it yours. You have to come up with your own brand. I tell students, even if it is only skirts that you want to brand for, you don't have to take other people's products. You don't have to post other people's products. For crying out loud, you are a creative. You have a well of creativity in you. If you don't tap into it, it won't flow. So you can't take other people's things and then say you're copying, you're recreating. Please, please, it's a slap on your face. That is what I believe as a creative. You're building a brand, you're not running a business. If you're running a business, you just want to make money, you just want to make ends meet, you just don't want to be hungry, you just want to make money, blah, 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 and go. But if it's the brand that you want to build for your business, that will stand the test of time. If you want to leave a legacy for your kids, for your grandchildren, if you really want to stop, if you really want something tangible, then you have to think long term. And the best way to think long term is through branding and not copy. Marketing is what you are telling them. Branding comes before marketing. Let me that I use the example of the guy dating that wants to date a girl. Before he that's how it's meant to work anyway. Before the guy would approach the lady, he would do a little bit of research about this lady. Who is she? Where does she live? What does she want? How does she think? He will probably get closer to her to be a friend to find out this information. He would ask some people that know her. All these things that he's doing, the information, the research and everything, is the strategy part. All this information is the strategy part. so that he can persuade and influence her to say yes when he asks her out. And if he's thinking long term like marriage, the actions that he's going to take, the things that he's going to do will be different if he's thinking short term. I hope I've been able to help us understand what branding is and what it will do for your business. It is not the logo, the colors, they're all part of it, but those are the tangible things that come after. You think of the strategy first. Okay, what do I want to known as Ankara luxury brand? So our name would be, what kind of name is going to suit Ankara, which is Afrocentric? Okay, I could decide a Yoruba name or a Igbo name that would flow with that so that people can connect to that name. Okay, how do I want people to perceive my brand? What value do I want to bring to the table? Those are the strategy part that you put before. That is the horse that you put before the cart, which is the cart is your business. Okay, so let's move on to how do you brand your business? Now that you've understood the mistakes that you're making or the mistakes you've made, you can now go and correct it. You don't need to copy other people's strategy, what they are doing. Yes, it's good to be inspired and motivated by them, but then don't copy. Sit down and really, really get clear on what you want to do with your business. Another problem or another issue is you don't know your customers very well. If you do know your customers very well, the way a business is meant to know their customers, you would not be you won't have to copy other people. You won't have to copy other strategies. You won't have to be running up and down, putting the cart before the horse, because you have a perfect understanding of who your customers are. So let's talk about how to brand your business. The first step for you to brand your business, like I said, is the strategy part. And that is starting by asking yourself, who are these customers that you want? Who are these customers that would help you to, that would bring in the 7 figures? What do these customers need? What do they want? Now, I know you would have done that in your marketing research, but then when you want to attract customers, when we are talking about attracting your customers with branding, it has to do with knowing how their hearts and their mind works. What you want to do is to grab their hearts and grab their minds. So you have to have their mind and works so that you can grab it, so that you can captivate them and compel them to, you can persuade them easily that way. So you want to know what are their interests, what are their goals, what are their values. What are their beliefs? What challenges do they have now? Who do you want to fall in love with your brand? Who do you want to work with? Where would you find these people and what makes them happy? Now, the reason you are asking all these questions, like I said, is the best way to influence people, or the best way to influence and persuade people to do what you want to do is through grabbing their hearts and their mind. Now, there's a way, imagine everybody in this world. Okay, let's imagine this class now. Everybody is in a bubble. We are going about in our own bubble. The bubble, everybody's going in their own bubble. Now you meet someone, that person to see what you're seeing. You know, life is about perception. And then you're seeing the same thing. We're actually saying the same thing, just that our words are different. Then you now use their words to explain what you've been trying to say. And the person says, oh, really, we've been saying something. Now you have to understand your customers, how they think, how their heart works, so that you can grab it. So the next thing you want also is what value, what exact value are you bringing to the table? That is another place, or that is another mistake that most fashion entrepreneurs make. They do not articulate properly the value they are bringing to the table. It is more than cutting and sewing. It is more than I want to do the transformation that you're promising them. How can you help these people differently? What can you do as a fashion business differently? Because the best way to attract this is to be different. It's not to be better. It's to be different, not to be better. So what can you do as a fashion business differently? Now, what gap in the marketplace do you want to fill? What gap? Because these are your customers that you want to attract. You're not the only person in the market. Yet, they're not satisfied. They've tested, they've tried, they've done this, they've done that. They are not satisfied. So that means there's a gap that is yet to be filled by a fashion brand. So instead of copying other people, instead of following the steps of what other people are doing in the fashion industry, if you truly want to attract seven-figure customers, then you have to do differently. Find that gap and fill it. But then, if your business is not able to fill, still you're able to fill that gap. Start with what you can do till you get to that point. It is better for you to under promise and then over deliver than for you to over promise and then under deliver. So what future? Because your dream customers, like I said, branding allows you to think long term. Your customers, they have goals, they have aspirations, they have things they want for themselves. So how does your fashion brand fit into this future that they have for themselves? Questions you need to sit down and ask yourself. Now, these questions you're asking yourself, you're not going to get it, but that shouldn't stop you from doing what you want to do. Once you get your answer, move with it. Because as you're growing, as your business is evolving, your brand also should evolve. As you're growing, your customers are also growing and evolving, so your business should evolve. So don't wait until before you move. Whatever answer you get, you move with it, and you keep getting clarity. And another thing is branding. I said branding is relationship between your business and your customer. So definitely, as you're trying to get these answers, you need to relate with those people that you want to serve. You can't say I want to serve blind people and then you're sitting. You have to be in the midst of blind people so that you can understand them. You have to get out of your own bubble into their bubble to understand them. So what actions will you take that will help you to build this future? What principles and beliefs will you is very important, very, very crucial. Because your customers that you're trying to attract, they are trying to persuade, have personal beliefs and personal values. You must find out what is their beliefs, their values, their principles are, so that you can align your business, your own principles that will guide your business. Track seven figures is shared value. Brand people tend to love brands that what experiences do you want them to have before they buy from you, when they buy from you, and after they bought from you? What experiences, what are the things you want them to feel? These questions will help you in your branding. That is a strategy part. So now we need to bring to the market. Let's bring everything together in one place. I said it earlier. I said if you want to build a fashion brand for blind people, you want to build a fashion brand, an Afrocentric fashion brand. You want to be known as an Afrocentric fashion. When a guy says, I like this girl, I want to date her, will he stay in his house and be saying, I want to date her, I want to date her, I want to date her? No, he's going to move out and look for where she is. He will hang around where he knows he will find her. And look for an opportunity or create a scenario where they can chat with one another. So you need to be loud in your communication. That's what I'm trying to say. You need to be loud in your communication. Really? I just decided to check chat now. Okay. Okay. I'm reading your chats. Thank you, my boss, for taking notes for me. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Yeah, my network is actually going on and off. Sorry about that. Yes, I think my network is going on and off. Yes. Yeah, it's fluctuating here. Okay, let me go on. Let me go on. Sorry. Okay, yes, I said you need to find your audience. Once you've defined them, you've known who they are, what they want and everything. You need to find where they are, where they hang out. And then you go where they are, make your brand known, be loud in your communication at every point that they would interact with your business. We call that brand touch points. At every point that they would interact with your business, show up confidently, go bold and go loud with your brand. That is one way to stand out. You just have to stand out wherever it is they are. You have to stand out. And the best way to stand out is to be different, to do differently, not to do better. Every brand, every business is expected to do better. But when you do differently, then you're able to stand out. It's all about perceived value. If you want to attract seven-figure customers or customers that will bring seven figures, then you have to show up as a seven-figure brand. You have to be intentional about your branding. You have to be intentional about whatever it is your brand is doing. You cannot say, I want to be a modest fashion brand, or I want to be affordable luxury, and then you go and stay where it's cheap, or where it's meant for cheap or thrifts people, customers are. You can't. You have to stay in the midst of the kind of customers that you want. You have to show up as a seven-figure, because you attract, law of attraction, you attract what you are. So if you can't take your photography lightly, you cannot just hire any graphics designer to do your graphics or to do your logo or color or any. Everything has to be intentional. Everything has to be on point. You cannot take a side of even giving them this thing, doing this. No. For you to attract these people, you have to stay consistently. Your So you need to be clear in your communication, in your messaging, in your content. You need to be clear. What do you do? You have to break it down so that they understand. Use your language. Remember, get out of your bubble and get into their bubble. Speak the language they will understand. That is what I mean by being clear. Then you need to be confident. Be confident. Confidence is contagious. If you're confident, they will trust you. If you're confident in the value, if you know the exact value you bring to the table, to make you more confident. And when you're confident, they will trust you. Remember, it is trust that makes them to buy from you. So you have to be confident. You have to dress well. You have to attract 7 figures. They show up like a 7-figure brand. Hire professional photographers. When I say photographers, I mean fashion photographers, not just any photographer or a product photographer. Hire a graphics designer who has a background knowledge in branding. So you have to be confident. Be captivating. Branding is about captivation, it's about attraction, about captivating your audience, giving them something that they will keep talking about, that they will not forget. Your content on social media, your online space has to be captivating. When people come on your Instagram page or your Facebook page, is it captivating? Is it drawing them in? Is it telling them something? Is it holding them, and like when they leave that page, would they still keep thinking about your brand? So those are the things. To the details, you have to be intentional about the most little tiny details of your brand. From your pictures, from the things you say, are you giving the exact feelings that you want them to have? Go all out for your brand and use the right words to speak to them. Go all out for your brand. Be on point. Be intentional. Be strategic. Don't cut corners. Everything that you need to do. Because when you cut corners, when you show up on as fake, they would know. So go all out for your brand because of the people you want to attract. Be charismatic. You have to be charismatic. You have to make them feel special. You have to make them unique. According to customer service, customer is king, and that is true, whether we like it or not. Without your customers, your business will not run. Customers are the lifeline or the bloodline of your business. So you have to do everything possible to keep them. Make them feel special. Make their experience with your brand. When they experience your brand online, offline, at an event, anywhere they come across your brand, make sure that the experience that they have is unforgettably memorable. Make sure that their experience with your brand is something that they will keep talking about. They would never forget. You've attended events, or you've come across people that somehow you just cannot shake off that feeling. You keep thinking about them. That is the experience. It's something you need to work on in your business. My mom used to say that whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing well. And there's a quote from Walt Disney that I keep remembering, which is, whatever it is you do it so well that when people see you do that thing, they will want to come back to see you do it again. Let me repeat that quote. Whatever it is you are doing, do it very well. So that when people see you doing that thing, they will want to come back to just watch you do that thing again. And that's just branding. You have to be on point. Every detail has to be on point. You have to think it through. You have to be intentional. You have to be intentional about your brand. There is no, like I said earlier, there is no off day. You cannot go off on your brand. You cannot say today we are switching off what we want to do and go off brand. No, you have to be on brand. There are certain places that your brand should not show up. There are certain characters, there are certain personalities, there are certain things that you should not do when it comes to branding. When you figured all these things out, then you will know that, okay, this is what we should not do in our brand. This is who we do. When your branding is on point, the kind of tailors, employers that you will get will be on point too. Because you have a strategy. You've put a strategy before the branding. And then anybody that wants to come and work with you, you tell them, this is how we behave here. This is what we do here. This is what we are doing for our customers. Can you do this. And then you have structures and systems that backs up this branding that you have put in place. You have to be consistent. There is off day because your brand is not known for what you do today or what you over and over. Branding is consistency, paying attention to details. Do everything that you need to, put everything in place. Anything and everything you need to do to give them that, do it. Your customers want to fit in. Your customers want to feel comfortable. They want to feel safe. Your customers don't want to worry about buying fake things. They don't want to worry about spending so much money and then getting little value. Do everything possible in your brand, in your business to make sure you deliver that experience. At every touch point of your business, that is not the physical, the offline, or the online, the physical, your physical store, if you have physical store, or you anywhere, any event, any place you go to, anywhere you find yourself, that you have to represent your brand. You have to be on brand. On your social media pages, you have to be on panel, you have a podcast, you have Google business profile, everything has to be on point. Your brand has to be on point, it has to be consistent. It is that way your brand is recognizable. It is that way your brand stands out. Any point that these 7 figures customers would interact with your brand, they will come in contact with your brand, they will just do everything possible to live an unforgettable experience. An experience that is so unique, so authentic to your brand that they will just have to tell other people about it because they can't keep it to themselves. If you find treasure, if you find something that you really love, you will not keep it to yourself. You will want to tell other people about it. And remember, word of mouth spreads faster and works faster. So I would like to pause at this point to hear what we have to say. If you have any comments, any questions, anything, you can drop it. You can drop it, then I would do a recap of all the things I've been saying for those that just joined. Any questions, please? Or what have you picked from the class so far? If there's something you want me to explain, please let me know. If you didn't get any point I was saying, probably I was too fast, please let me know. Good morning. Good morning, Mrs. Ibidu or Mr. Ibidu. Oh, I'm so sorry about network, Deborah. So sorry about network. Deborah, if you want me to go back and explain any parts, please let me know so I can do that. Yes, they will type it. I'm looking at it. Yes. Go loud, go bold, and confident. Don't hide behind your camera. Come out and let people know your brand. Yes, please go out and apply it, Binta. Okay, Mrs. Ibidu, your question is how can you start with little if you don't have much yet to get a professional photographer or a graphic artist? Okay. Start with your strategy first. Because even if you get a professional photographer, it is your strategy you place before him. Ask yourself those questions I asked earlier. What value do you bring to the table? How do you want these customers to feel? What experience do you want them to have? Start with that first. Once you're able to define that, then you can take your pictures yourself. You can direct your photo shoot yourself with your phone, as long as you know what you want, as long as you know the strategy part of it, the end result. that you're looking for. As long as you know that's what you want to achieve, you can take your pictures with your phone. Then a graphics designer, please, it's not you don't have to jump into creating a logo and all that now. You don't have to. You can save up for it. You can save up for it. And an average I think that person doesn't know her phone is on mute, has been unmuted. So like I was saying earlier, I said an average graphic designer who will do your logo for you that has knowledge of branding will take probably 10, averagely maybe 10K to 20K to do your logo. So you can save up for that. But then for the professional photographer, you can I've forgotten his name, Mr. Femi Onyekon on Facebook. He has an ebook on that. So you can buy that and read it. You can buy that and read it, but then take care of your strategy part, then you can do that. Okay, so what values can one bring in? Should it be based on making clothes? No. What values are your customers expecting you to have? The kind of customers you want, that is softies, fits. What kind of customers or what kind of values do your customers want? What kind of value are they expecting from you? And what kind of value can you bring to the table? Marry these two together and then you have all that. Then it should not be based on making clothes alone. It shouldn't. That's perfect. Somebody here says he has a designer that can give you top-notch logo. Yes, you will, Christy. Yes, you will. So try to look for questions. Yep. Okay. Okay, examples of the values that I'm talking about are integrity. That's when we talk about personal values and beliefs. Integrity. Some people will be affordable. Yeah, we always could be affordable. It should be affordable. Some brands, some people would want modesty, comfort, those type of values. But then to help yourself, ask your customers, what are your values? What do you value? Ask them, and then you pick from it. It's about serving your customers what they want. I'm sorry about that simplicity. Network is really bad. Oh, yes. Okay. I'm so sorry about network. I don't know why it is fluctuating. It's usually at its peak this time. But then any graphics designer you're hiring should have a background knowledge in branding. It will help you. That's just it. So that you don't have to do your logo over and over. And then before you step out to do your logo, think long term, something you would need for 10 years. Even if you do a rebrand, you might not have to rebrand your logo. Yeah, I just did, Gochi. I just did about the values. I just did. I said, ask your customers what are their values. What values? What are the things they value? What are their beliefs? Some of them would say modesty. Some of them would say top-notch quality. Some of them would say, I want to be different. I don't want to wear what every other person is wearing. Some of them would say, okay, I would love outfits that are versatile, that I can change and re-rock everywhere. So just ask them. Yes. And take a cue from that. Yes. Ask them what are their values, and then you bring it together. And then yourself, what are the values? What values do you want your business to stand for? Take that, what your customers value, your own value, and marry it together. Well, it depends. Somebody said Okoyemi is asking if there's a need to change logo after rebranding. Oh, okay. It depends. If you're changing direction for your business, you might have to change logo. If you're trying to attract a different kind of customer, then you might have to change your logo. But then it depends on the direction that you want, that you're changing, what direction you're going. If your old logo works for the new direction, fine. If not, then you might have to change the logo. And if you're changing your brand name, definitely you have to change the logo. Okay. All right, I'm still here taking more questions and more comments. Yes, if you are just joining, there's going to be a replay on Coach Laoye's YouTube page. So I'm sure he will drop the link for you to see. What if you've registered the name? Can you still change the logo? And why do you want to change the logo? Let me ask that first. Deborah, why do you want to change your logo? Yes, it is better to offer more than you've promised than to offer lesser than you've promised. Yes. 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 So Deborah, please let me know why you want to change the logo so I can give you better answers. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. If you register the name and you want to change your logo, well, I think I'm not clear with that question anyway. I have to know why the person is asking that. But then, since you said based on the question, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Your reasons for changing your logo will determine whether you want to change the logo or not. The reasons for changing, whatever or why you want to change, will determine whether you should change your logo. Any more comments or questions, please? Okay, Winfred, your hand is up. Why? Do you have a question? Okay.
Yes, I unmuted. I muted everybody, so I would have to unmute once I see the hand is raised, so they can then unmute their mic to ask the question. That's why I said she should raise her hand the second time. Then I
Okay.
can or allow her to speak.
All right, sir.
Yes, thank you so much. The network seems to be stable now.
Okay. Yes.
I
I
was
don't know.
capturing the key points for you already.
Sir?
I was capturing the key points that I
Yes.
could lay my
Thank you.
hands on.
Sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Yep. You're welcome. So Winifred, you can now unmute your mic to speak. Sima Gold, I would unmute you too, so you can now unmute your own mic at your hand and you can ask your question. So Winifred, please come on. So Winifred, can you come
Hello?
on? We've unmuted you. Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Good
Yes,
morning.
ma'am.
Thank you so much for this session.
Yes,
she said something about what is it exactly? About be specific about your niche. Don't just be into Ankara today, tomorrow Ajire, and
yes.
switching in between. Okay, how about a startup brand who is trying to raise capital for the business? And okay, you are a ready-to-wear brand, but then you also get like a bespoke work once in a while, and you do it for the sake of the money now to be able to raise capital. Is that being inconsistent? Even when your long-term goal is the ready-to-wear, but at the moment you need the money in order to plow it back into the business.
Well, it's being inconsistent and being consistent at the same time. I'm sure Coach Laoye has courses that you can take that would help you with that. I would suggest that you just focus on the direction that you want to go and start small. You can take Coach Laoye's course. I think he has a ready-to-wear course for the budget for 5K that you can take and then start with. And when you say you're running ready-to-wear, you don't have to produce like 100 pieces. You can start with whatever capital you have now. The goal, the most important part of the ready-to-wear business, of running a ready-to-wear business, is the marketing. You can do samples and then market it very well, and then raise your capital from that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's better for you to stay in the direction you want to go, because when you say, okay, I want to take these people, I want to do bespoke, and then at the long run you now decide to do ready-to-wear, what will happen to those customers?
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You're welcome. I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, you have. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. All right. Next person, Sima Gold.
Hello. Good morning, ma.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, my question based on your topic. You said we should base on one brand. That is we can't be making Ankara, Chivon, or all those stuffs. Okay, my question is, if you want on brand, this is my first time of attending such program like this. So, are you telling us that if you want to on in a brand? I'm a fashion designer, but I just need to move on. So, if you want to start a business like branding now, we should base on one product. That is, maybe if you want to go for Ankara, you go for Ankara. If you want to go for Chivon, you go for Chivon. So that's what I need more enlightenment on, ma.
Okay. All right. What I meant by that is, let your customers know you for something first before you move to another thing. Ankara, let your customer know you for one product, or know you for something, not product per se, but a kind of niche, something you're known for. Don't bring so many things. You leave your customers confused. But when you are clear and direct about what you want to be known for, it's easier for them to identify you, to pick you from the crowd. It's easier for your brand to stand out. So when you have gained, when you have been able to gain traction, you've grown, and your customers are beginning to ask for these things, then you can now diversify. Specialization first,
all right,
before diversifying. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay, thank you. Yes, sure, ma. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Miss Sally, you can now ask your question. I've unmuted you. You can unmute your mic and then ask your question.
Uzochi, you can type your question when you tap the mic.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Hello. Yes, I can.
Okay, so what I was actually asking is that, when you were even talking to us, you said we should just check about what our customer wants. For me, for example, now, the kind of customer I want, they have taken me as their own tailor. So you get, they bring whatever clothes they want to wear. These are clients. They wear varieties of clothes. It's not that it is only corporate wears they'll be wearing, or probably casual wear. So you get, like, they wear one bed, they wear everything. So they have taken me as their tailor. And then those things, is it Owambe, is it corporate, is it casual wear? I know how to make them to their taste. So you get. So is there anything wrong for taking that as a niche. Like I don't sew for everybody. I
No,
would sew
no.
for people that are just like that would make me that I will be able to give value to. Do you get? So
Yeah.
like so for now,
No.
if I should just take corporate wears as my niche, and then where do I want my customers to sew their own bezel? Since I even know how to do that, and it is something that I give value for, and
You're
it's not as
branding,
if I.
you're branding yourself as their tailor now. Yeah, that's fine. The thing is, when it comes to niching, I tell people to niche down based on customer and not niche down based on product. Like I've said now, if your customer, if you're niching down based on product and saying, okay, it's only suits I want to make, or it's only, I don't know if you suits, it's only uh, one particular product I want to make. When they now come to you and say they want that other product, it's easier for you to niche down based on the type of customers you want to serve. Like you said now, you can niche down based on people that want you to be their tailor, their personal tailor, and then build your brand on that. That's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Thank, yes. Thank you.
All right. Okay, can I build a niche based strictly on, say, business casual with a mix of? Yeah, yeah, you can. Yes, you can. What I meant when I said you're doing Ankara today, you're doing chiffon today is not trying, don't do things that will confuse your customers. Let them know you for a particular thing first before you move to something else. That is what I meant by that. Of course, there's Ankara chiffon now. So I don't mean don't do, what I mean is let your brand, your business be known for one thing first before you move to some other thing. And it doesn't even have to be the products that you'll be known for. Be known to be doing something. Okay, yes. All right. Okay, I'm still here waiting for questions.
Damola, thank you so much. You've been doing an awesome job of it, ma'am. Please kindly share with us your Instagram handle,
Okay.
live here and also typed, in the group so that others listening in later can see it and those reading up can catch it.
Okay, so my Instagram handle is branding with Adedamola. Branding with Adedamola.
Yeah.
I checked it out. So my Instagram handle is branding with Adedamola. Simple. Yes, Instagram, yes. Yep,
Okay.
Instagram.
Okay. And please, ma'am, do you have any training program or products that you feel would help people, going forward? Those that
Yep.
are working on their brands right now.
Okay.
Please
Yes, I
feel
do.
free to share with us also so we can capture in this recording. And also if you have the copy, and the maybe graphics or video, whatever,
Yes, I don't.
please share on the group or at the same time.
Okay. Now I don't have the graphics or the copy.
Okay, but the copy is available, right?
Not yet. That's it.
Not yet. Okay, but you can brief us in so that people
Yes.
can be aware of it, and then they can check you out on Instagram, follow you, and when it's available, they can then sign up. So please
Okay,
do
sir.
feel free to share with us, ma'am.
Okay.
Yalabake is raising her hand. Can she raise her hand the second time so I can unmute her? While you
Okay.
carry on, please. Please carry on, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Emerald concept is this a question or a statement? The one thing you're referring to is it the niche and the product can come in different fabrics or it's I'm not sure I understand what he's trying to say or she is trying to say. So Precious is asking a question. So is it wrong to launch casual wears today and then why now? Why are you doing this? And then it's very wrong, ma'am. Please, you're confusing your customers. Unless your customers are asking for these things, accept that. But I doubt except you're asking for these things, you cannot launch today casual wears, then tomorrow you're launching corporate wears, then the next you're currently launching abayas. Please, please, why are you confusing yourself and your customers? Please. But then if that's what they want, fine. And if it's flowing with the season, then fine. Yes. Nancy, yes. Abiodun, please tap the mic on your screen so that you can be unmuted. Emerald, to quickly say something to your question, what I'm saying is don't niche down based on products, niche down based on type of customers you want to serve and their needs, what they want, their needs, what they are looking for, or what they need. Niche down based on that. So if they want Ankara mixed with chiffon, give it to them. That's what I'm trying to say. But then don't do one thing today, do another tomorrow, do another next. It could be 3-4 months you're releasing your collections, but not back to back. But then if you niche down based on customers and they want all these things, then you can give it to them with clear communication. So how do I know how to attract much views on my Facebook page? I don't think that's what we do here. Sorry. Or wait will Yalaje, but what will that's please Yalaje, I don't understand your question, please. Yes, you can speak, Abiodun, please. Go ahead. Esther, that will take a whole lot. It's possible. It's possible. But then your terms must be clear. Terms and conditions must be clear. Your partnership terms and conditions.
I want to make a quick suggestion, ma'am. Please,
okay, sir.
You know, others will be watching this replay, but they won't be seeing all of the questions. Could you just read out the question before you answer, so they'll know what you were referring to?
Okay, I will do that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right, sir. Esther is asking, please, is it possible to have a collaboration with someone that is into bespoke and you are into ready to wear, and we build a brand together? And I said it's possible, but then your terms and conditions should be clear. What are you bringing to the table? What is that person bringing to the table? That's that. So Nitos Couture, I think we are talking about branding. When I have a brand, won't I advertise on Facebook? And Facebook is part of that. Yes, we are talking about branding, but then when you want to advertise, yes, it's part of that. But then I'm a brand strategist. I am not a social media strategist. That's why I said you need to speak to people who can help you do that for you.
Can I make a statement to that effect, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think Nito Couture needs to understand that branding is not the same thing as having a brand name, as it were. If she has a brand and she wants to advertise on Facebook, that is under marketing, direct marketing. And then if you advertise on Facebook and you spend however amount you want to spend on Facebook advertisement, it doesn't mean it will translate into sales. Because the people that will see your advert, if they don't know you, why would they decide to buy from you? Which is what has now brought us to this topic of branding in the first place. If you are running a Facebook advert to people who already know you, then we are talking about your branding having the power to convince them because they already know you. You are speaking their language. But if you are barging in and I'm like, what if I advertised on Facebook? No. Advertising on Facebook is not branding. That is marketing. If you don't have a solid brand image, brand reputation, brand experience already, nobody will buy from you. You can run an advert on Facebook and people will get on your page and they are seeing content that does not even touch them. For instance, there's a company in Abuja, I can't mention their name. I use them as a case study in my 90 days to launch coaching program. They run adverts they run adverts by the hundreds of thousands, because I see there are different adverts every day at a time.
Yes.
Now, when I got on their page, you will never see any content that talks to their target audience about the pain points of their target audience. The only thing they are putting there is available in size this, come and buy, order, available for free delivery. And I'm like, if I go to that page, will I want to go back to that page just so
No,
I can
you
be
think
served that brat? I would not. Rather, I'll download their picture and take it to my tailor. So
yes.
running an advert does not mean you are doing branding. So that's what I
Yeah.
want her to understand. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Abiodun wants to speak. Please go ahead, Abiodun. Please speak.
It seems Abiodi is not available to talk.
Yes, sir.
So we might I'll just move on to the next person. Ma'am, I'm so grateful for your
Sorry, sir.
patience.
No
Yes,
problem, sir. I'm here for.
no,
I'm
I
here
really
for. Yes.
appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
I'm
Thank
seeing
you.
some questions here that I'm thinking of also answering. Hope I'm
Okay, sir.
permitted. You know, I've
Yes, sir.
taken the back seat. I don't want to interrupt. They are having a wonderful time of it,
Thank
conversing with you, asking questions, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the experience. I just pray that the recording will be good enough, okay? So that when we share the link, people can catch up. You know, our
Yes.
Nigerian network and the way it messes things up. Okay, so
Yes.
Yalaje is saying she means that doing corporate wears and casual wears will give customers options to pick from. Now, Yalaje, please, I need to say something here. We need to look at the conversation we are having today in the light of branding.
Yes.
You can be into corporate wears, you can be into casual wears at the same time, you can even be into O&B wears at the same time. It's whatever you like. That's what Adedamola was saying about you doing business or you building a brand. You can do business and be serving everybody what they want, and you are fine. However, there are some income levels that you will only imagine you cannot get to until you start branding.
Yes.
That is what we are trying to drive at here. Now, I can be into corporate wares only and build a niche in corporate wares such
Yes.
that my customers will have so many options to pick from corporate wares, such
That
that
is
they will be so addicted to buying only corporate wares, they will need to go and see a psychologist before they get to know that corporate wares is not what you wear to bed. That's how
yes.
powerful I can build a brand.
Yes.
So that's what we are trying to get at. So if you decide that, oh, I want to build a brand I want to do my branding to attract people who love corporate wears, at the same time to attract people who love casual wears, then it means that under your branding strategy, which Adedamola was mentioning, you need to have a niche for corporate wears and another niche for casual wears. Then you need to now have a strategic plan to
Mm-hmm.
build the image you want people to have concerning your corporate wear, and
Yes.
also the image you want them to have concerning your casual wears. Now, if a customer walks to you or walks up to you or come into your store and they see the corporate wears, they go for it, and in the same breath, they will be, if they have interest in buying casuals too, they will still be carried away by your brand reputation, the image you've
Yeah.
built. And then they move
Yeah.
over to the casual and they buy. At the end of the day, they don't even care which niche you are into. They
Yeah.
just know they feel safe with you, which is what Adedamola also said. When you build the reputation, they will feel safe with you. People call me and tell me, sir, I'm ready to now do ready to wear business. What or which of your programs should I pay for? That's different from somebody reaching out to me and saying like, can you tell me more about yourself? If they're asking me to tell them more about myself, they don't know me yet. That means they've not experienced my branding, which
Yes.
is why I invite people, oh, can you come for a free class? In the free class, all their doubts will be cleared, and then they will feel free to decide to buy from me. Branding
Yes.
itself is like the grandmother of marketing, or marketing is the mom, branding is the sabi pikin, because
Abi.
it's that impression you build. Many people don't even know the name of my business. They don't even know.
Yes.
But they know
Yeah.
Laoye Curtis. Many people don't know my full name. They only know
Yes.
Laoye Curtis. What does that tell me? It's a brand. Now I'm
Yes.
thinking of floating a company in that direction.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to clarify for Iyalaje.
Okay.
So thank
I
you,
also
ma'am.
I also want to say something quickly.
Okay, ma'am.
To this question, and somebody else saying I've forgotten the question actually. But then when you do your ready to wear collection, you can release a collection that your customer will not have options to pick from. Your collection might not just be only corporate wears. Your collection can have both corporate and casual wears. Now, when it comes to branding, retailing, what they suggest for your collection when you want to release your ready to wear collection is you should have a range whereby your customers can pick at least 5 things to buy from. A range. Think of your customer. Okay, the same customer that is going to buy corporate wear would also need casual wear. So you can have a collection, a full collection that has both corporate wears and casual wear. So you don't have to worry about your niching or anything. That is why I said focus on your customer, niche down based on customers that you want to serve, and then create products for them. That's that. Okay, the question the lady was saying was that can she launch casual today, corporate tomorrow, and abayas tomorrow? So the answer now is you can create a collection that has all these things in it. You're creating a range for them. I hope I've answered that question. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much, Ifoma, for this advice. She's saying take Coach Laoye Curtis ready to wear or the budget course, and you'll have a deeper clarification. The course is loaded with the type of questions you're asking. Thank you very much for saying that. Thank you. Uzochi, you might have to do that. But then you can still manage one page and give it a consistent branding. You can still have your ready to wear and your bespoke. But then that is why I said you need a strategy first before you start thinking of the branding. The brand strategy first. Once your brand strategy is in point, you can run one page with it. You can use one page to tell everybody, only that your communications will be very clear. Yes. Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. There are no more questions. Okay, Abiodun says she has issue. Abiodun says she has issues typing. Then probably you should tap the mic so that you can speak. Please tap the mic on your screen and speak. Then Ugochi, you're saying I should explain. That means we'll have to go into social media, Instagram, all that. We'll have to go into that right now. Then there is no time to see all that. What I'm trying to say is on your page, the same way you're displaying when you run a store and you have varieties, you display them, but then you let them know. We also do this on our in our brand. We also do that. Then you can create highlights also for your bespoke and for ready to wear. And when you post your customers in either of these products, you also let it know. Bespoke also made by us or something like that. That's what I meant. That you can run one page and use it to sell both. Thank you so much for having me here, boss. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful here.
You're most welcome, ma'am. And
Yes.
I'm very grateful that you obliged us, being here today to share from your wealth of experience. God bless you, ma'am. I'm going to make the recording available on our YouTube channel so that those that were not private to the class today can come online and then watch. And if they have any questions, then we can direct them to you. Please, will you be kind enough to share your phone number so that those that may want to do business with you can contact you? Please feel free to call it out and also type. Then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, sir. For yesterday, it's asking like how many pieces can we start from when starting a ready-to-wear business? Please contact boss Coach Laoye to answer that question. He'll be in the best position to do that. Or you'll get his course ready to wear on a budget. That's my number. 07039233533 for those that are listening for YouTube. 07039233533. Yes, that's that. So, like I said, I am a brand strategist for fashion businesses. I help build fashion brands. We talk on brands. I help you develop a brand that would help you reach the right customers and attract and position reach the right customers, attract and connect to the right customers that would help you. I help you build a growth strategy. Yeah, that's what I do. So I do the strategy part of your business and then the branding part. Yes. Yes, I do that. So if you want me to work on your brand, to help you to start your brand or branding, then you can. My phone number, I dropped my phone number, please. My phone number is on the chat. Please, you can reach it out. You can reach me on that phone number. Sorry, I'm distracted. You can reach me on that phone number, or you send me a message on Instagram, and then we'll talk. What I do is we consult first, we talk, and then based on whatever you need, and I deliver for you. That's what I do. So we talk, we chat, we have a chat. Then I know what you need. Because sometimes some people do not have their business even clear. They don't even have a clear idea of their business, and then they want to jump into branding. They are not ready until your business is clear, like the idea of what you want to do, the value you're bringing to the table is clear. You cannot jump into branding. So based on what you need at the moment, I will be able to profile. Yeah, I did. I already did. Uche, I dropped my Instagram handle, BrandingwithAdedamola. Can scroll up, is there. Then if you want to start up your ready-to-wear and you don't want to have hiccups along the way, I strongly advise that you get Coach Laoye's ready-to-wear on a budget. You don't have enough money to start squandering around everywhere. So you need to start right so that you can get it right. So get his course. It's just 5,000 naira. Get his course and get started with it. Thank you, Ifoma. So how do you go about branding? That is Folashade Ojo. How do you go about branding? Please, can you listen to the voice note again? Can you listen to this class again or watch the replay? I already explained it, and I already explained it, please. You start with the strategic part. That is what will drive your branding. You don't start with your logo, your color, all those ones. No. You sit down and ask those questions I asked earlier and get an idea, then you can now move based on that. So if you would like to work with me on your brand, you want to build a brand for your business, you're tired of just running a business, you're thinking long term, something that it will stay, then you can hit me up, send me a message you can call me or send me a message or send me a DM on Instagram and we'll chat on whatever it is you need and then we'll move from there. So that's it. So okay.
So
yes, you can. Sorry, sir. I missed this question. Sorry. Abiodun, I'm so sorry for that. Can we have a fashion school alongside? Yes, you can. You can have a fashion school alongside your fashion brand. But then there are two different brands because they are meeting two different needs and reaching out to two different people. So yes, you can. You can have your fashion business alongside, but will be treated differently. Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome, ma'am. God bless you. Yeah, we've had a wonderful day.
Yes, sir.
The network has been messing up, but then we thank God we're able to pull through.
Yes.
You know, Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you
you very
so
much.
much. Yeah, I believe we are going to be having more sessions like this together
Okay,
going
sir.
forward. Yeah,
Yes,
vis-a-vis our previous conversation, because
yes,
it's obvious that a lot of our people in the fashion space, they need enlightenment
yes,
on the subject of branding and
yes.
clarity. So I'm so glad I have you in my corner, to
Thank you,
get
sir.
things rolling. God bless you, ma'am. Okay, so
God
guys, this
bless
is the first taste. We're gonna have multiple tastes afterwards. Okay, and I
you.
have some wonderful announcements to do after the webinar. So
Okay, sir.
just hold the dial, guys. Do not leave this space. So we're going for a commercial break. So that'll be all for now. Well done. So
Thank
please give a round of applause to to Adedamola of Branding with Adedamola. She did justice to the subject matter. God bless you, ma'am. I can see a lot of compliments are going on in the group. Okay, so please enjoy the experience. Thank you, Master P. I love that clap. So, guys, Laoye Curtis signing out. Watch out, okay? We're going to be having more sessions like this. Do have a wonderful day.